Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Settlement Survival here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. So in the previous episode we did go over the in-game tutorial so that I would understand as to how this game functions, and we did come across over a couple of bugs unfortunately. Now the game is still in early access, so that's perfectly acceptable. However, I do have a fun idea for maybe a discussion video regarding that. Now, the other thing is that I want to see how far can I get with the settlement before I get everyone eventually killed, because when I played game like Banished, I never unfortunately got too far in there. So I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to set up a brand new colony and we're going to be able to have some fun with it. I'm going to try to make at least like maybe 1 or 2 episodes based on how it's going to work out, and based on your overall feedback I will see if I will stick with the series, if I'm going to move on to another one, if I'm going to do the early access review and just not put out any additional videos like I did with Be Castled, because there were just a couple of things which were driving me up the wall. So we're gonna see how this is gonna function, and hopefully we're gonna all have lots of fun with this. I'm not really sure if I want to go to South America, if I'm being honest. I would like to have a large map. I would maybe like to have a normal difficulty. And can I... Ooh, Australia, Africa, South America. Why am I just in the Southern Hemisphere? Why can I be in Europe? I want to be in Europe. I'm in Europe. Or maybe give me North America. That's a beautiful place. Standard mode. I don't know why this is happening. Australia. I've been to Australia. Loved it. I went into the middle of the country to see the Uluru Rock. That was something. There was like 40 degrees Celsius at the middle of the day, so even if you had like a super solidly frozen bottle of water with you, in a couple of hours or in like an hour or so, it completely melted and the water was warm like your pee. So that was just horrible, but it was such a beautiful place. We also went, when I was there, to the north. That was awesome too. But I think we're gonna just stick with the Southern America continent. We're gonna see how it's gonna work out. This is the area of where Brazil is, so there's plenty of rain, hopefully, and other stuff, and lots of good things for us to utilize. And the game already looks beautiful just from these initial pictures. We can choose our initial starting spot. It still looks like the guys are celebrating Christmas, even though it's already like 2022. But I'm not gonna hold them against it. That is, if there's not gonna be that stupid ringing bells sound, which has been bothering me throughout the entire start of the previous episode which I uploaded here on the channel. I think I'm gonna go over here because this way we have access to 2 bodies of water. So survivors have something, I don't know, because they cleared out the message so damn fast, it was not even funny. So we're gonna have to start looking for potential stuff. What I want to look for is a storage yard. We do have one which is 4x4 fields wide, and that is not the best, honestly. I want to give them a task to gather everything, and I'm gonna try to clear out this whole portion here. So this is gonna automatically get filled with a whole bunch of stuff. We're gonna Sorry. We're gonna speed up the game. I'm gonna take a sip of some water because I have been talking while recording for quite some time now, and it shows. So I hate when this happens. So hopefully by drinking, I'm gonna be able to not get this dry cough or whatever the hell it is. So they're gonna start gathering all these resources, and the good news is that the resources usually do include stuff such as food as well, because they are gathering just about anything. We have wild veggies, mushrooms, timber, onion, oats, peas, agave. So already good news. And then we're gonna have to start to put down some sort of dirt road in order for me to have a potential idea or a vision as to how I want to do the housing. So theoretically, we can start our housing over here. We're gonna need to set up a couple of houses. So let's do 2 times 2 for now, this sort of grid. And once these have been constructed, that should allow us to help us out. We do have 3 builders, so they're gonna be able to work. People are still busy by gathering the resources, so hopefully we're gonna be able to get these houses done because people are starting to feel cold, and that might be due to the overall fact that there are snow trees in Brazil. I don't think it can snow in Brazil, but with the weather which we have been having, thanks to, if you believe it or not, the global warming, everything is possible these past few days. I think I'm gonna actually expand the storage yard like so that we have a dual one here. Because this is getting filled in rather quickly. The wood or the timber is being rather fast redistributed. So hopefully once everyone is able to find their home, we're gonna be having a bunch of happier people on our hands. I might have to build additional housing. I'm gonna have to remove this one road. I don't know how the hell did it manage to end up there. Certainly do not recall doing that. What is this? Is this the agave or some onion or what the hell is it? So they are delivering raw resources in order to construct the houses. We're slowly reducing the amount of people who are homeless, which is going to be our priority. The timber has been dropped off. Agave, reeds. We do have some wild veggies and everything. We're gonna have to establish some sort of fishing. This seems like a quite deep lake, so water and everything should be a good source here. We should not have a dry soil which would prevent us from getting access to water. Speaking of, I was actually thinking maybe if I were to delete the where is the demolishing capability of me? I want to delete this structure. If I would be able to delete this structure, that would be awesome. Because if I would be able to demolish this, then I can build the well in here. This one, the big well. But I don't see the option for me to remove roads. Demolish. Okay, so now that that has been highlighted, that should allow us to do what I need to do. They're still dropping off resources, they're still gathering resources. We do need to clear out the initial space for our settlement so that this can function. I do hope that this resource over here can be moved over here. It looks like the agave is what is being held there. I do wonder if this is some sort of wild onion or what the hell is it, but let's hope it's gonna be something which we will not miss out too much. And once we have the well set up, we can then theoretically build additional houses or something funky like that. I still want to remove this goddamn road, but it's okay, now it's working. I don't know why I wasn't able to remove a single tile of road. That was just kind of weird, but okay. We're gonna build the house over here and one over here and follow that with another dirt road. Okay, kind of weirdly twisting and turning, and once this thing is picked up, we can then build in another house. Hopefully. They are starting to take quite a lot of stuff actually inside in order to keep warm and everything, so we're gonna have to ramp up our production because the only thing which I see left over here is like timber. I'm not a huge fan of that. We have a little amount of stone left, a little amount of iron ore left. So theoretically gathering rocks should be the next thing on our agenda, because we will require stone and we will require iron. I just don't know if iron in this game has a surface deposit or not. And the next thing which I will want to focus on is to make sure that we are going to be able to provide access to food, because food is gonna become quite the issue, I'm quite sure. So, Gatherer's Hut is one of my favorite buildings to be making in these types of games, because they usually provide a dramatic boost of food income. Because if we take farming is great, but the issue with farming is the fact that it usually takes quite a while for you to establish. This cannot be placed here, can be placed over here. Because it takes quite a while for the food to kick in, because you need to wait for the crops to finish off their growth cycle. So we're gonna build the road over in this general direction, and the fishing dock is gonna be able to be established over here, and hopefully they're gonna be able to tap into this fish deposit here. I really hope so. I really hope so. It looks like nobody is homeless anymore, so that's one good news. And now the question is, where do we set up our agriculture? I think I want to expand this over in here. New technology point has been acquired. That's awesome. So we are going to be able to start researching stuff. We require stone, but they have gathered everything. Question is, do we have any stone left? Or no, not really. Okay, we're gonna have to go into the tasks and go into gather stone. And I don't know if this is actually iron, because it has this sort of weird look to it and weird color. And I will want to start making the fields for the agriculture. So I think 8 times 8 is what the size of this thing is. Yep, 8 times 8. So in order to maintain this sort of a grid, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go with a squash. We have a squash. Squash is our initial thing. Okay, so we have 9 laborers, 3 builders, 2 farmers, 1 vendor, 1 water fetcher. I like that. We have a clear road achievement thanks to our hard work. So far, food, it's going down. Beverages, we do have water. Herbs, we do have timber. We don't have planks, paper, or anything else. We do have 428 stone, and that's about it. We do have 185 iron ore. Okay, cool. I have probably started with the farming a little too late, because there are these seasons which we need to keep in mind, as they will affect the overall resource processing and gathering. Ooh, fudge, we will require a plank for the fishing dock. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so hold on. We are gonna have to therefore establish another source of food for ourselves. So maybe we can just expand the dirt road to go into the woods, and there we are going to be able to get access to Gatherer's Hut and Hunter's Hut. You're constructing a Hunter's Hut which covers the entire map. Hunters go hunting once a month. Note that the hunters cannot cross the river without bridges. You can build a bridge to increase the yield of hunting. This is also possible for hunters to capture animal cubs, which can be raised in the pastures as steady source of protein. Awesome. So we're gonna get these 2 buildings hopefully done. Looks like we have gathered quite a lot of stone. I'm thinking I'm gonna actually require that additional storage yard. Where is it? So theoretically, we can actually build it like this, so that this is whole place dedicated to storage, and so that people have easy access to the resources. Water is being stored immediately. That's good news. We have some other stuff still stored inside of the tent. or the marketplace, or whatever this building is supposed to be. So we will require planks. Wood, when it comes to timber, we are well set up, but eventually we will require to gain access to the fuel, because I don't think they can just simply use raw timber in order to gather the resources which they do need and require. We have only access to squash, which is not my biggest favorite. I was really hoping for something different. Potatoes or something. But it'll have to do. I'm not gonna do a second farm right now because that's pointless. Can theoretically try to build a last home over here, but I first want to make sure that these two constructions are up and running. Question is stone road. Roads constructed with stone greatly increase task speed that citizens walk by 50%. A bit more expensive, but we do have a ton of stone right now, so I think maybe this road can receive the necessary upgrade. And at least we're gonna clear out some of the stone which has been accumulated in our stockpile. So because it's so close by, it should not cause any issues. I cannot really increase the number of builders right now, which sucks. We're gonna see how the labor workforce is gonna be redistributed once we gain access to Gatherer's Hut and Hunter's Hut. But I do want to increase the speed at which people are gonna be simply commuting to this place. And also we're gonna have to gather these rocks over here because they're kind of blocking the path. So I'm not really sure if they're then able to deliver the necessary resources. This might be coal or stone or God knows what. Hard to tell right now. But hopefully it's gonna establish a source of food that's gonna start to come in. I did not really notice if, for example, in like games like Factory Town, you have the capability to increase the potential at which you deliver the resources. So I do not know if you can do eventually something besides just having to use your own workforce. It looks like there are the alpacas here, so they can be theoretically hunted down for protein. And the baby animals might be able to be captured for the purposes of building a pasture eventually. But I do not know if I don't recall right now because it's been a while since I played the Colony Survival, the initial tutorial, which you can find on the channel. Therefore, if I need to select if they capture or if they simply just hunt and capture, or if they just hunt and they capture automatically the cubs of the animals, I do not know right now. So we're gonna see how that's gonna turn out. Resources are slowly gathering in here, so that's all fine with me. We do have 2 people for water. We do have agave, we do have reed. Reed can be turned into paper. Agave, lots of stone, lots of iron. So this must be therefore... I'm still not sure which one is which, but it's kind of iffy to tell if it's just stone, if it's just coal, if it's a mixture of all of these things. If the stone can be broken down into both buildings or whatnot. But soon we're gonna have at least Gatherer's Hut, not Gator's Hut. And once we have then access to the wooden planks, hopefully that's gonna help us out too. So, I'm not sure why the Gatherer's Hut does require a small field of sunflowers when I cannot even have sunflowers. You know, this is gonna be one of those cases like in Stardew Valley where they talk about zucchini fritters and you cannot even have or grow zucchini. So I do wonder if eventually we're gonna be able to get through merchants the possibility to gain access to, for example, sunflower seed, because sunflower can be turned into oil or whatnot. I do have other games, RTS games here on the channel if you're interested and you're still watching by some shock or miracle, where actually I already do have some settlements established, some agriculture established, and there, for example, sunflowers can be turned into oil, which is a valuable commodity when it comes to trading. So Surviving the Aftermath, for example, is one of those games. Or you can check out the End Zone playlist or some of the other games. There's lots of cool stuff. We're gonna put down 2 people to be hunters. and 2 people to be gatherers. How's that gonna affect our overall statistics? We have still 8 laborers. So I was thinking maybe we can increase this. Let's try to increase this. This should leave us with 6 laborers. Farmers, we can do even more of them, but right now at the end of the season, before the winter comes in and hits us, don't think it's really necessary. We'll plant saplings and periodically chop down mature trees. So I think we're gonna actually require 2 of these buildings, believe it or not, because it's just simply impossible for you to gather the resources and not have to or rely on one of these resource delivering buildings alone in order to supply a ever-growing colony. But right now I just want to make sure that they will have access to food, because winter squash has been gathered, still is being gathered, and the snow is gonna be in here soon. So I want to make sure. Chopping house. Chopping house can process timber or dried animal dung into domestic fuel. A tailor can make clothes, blacksmith or smithy. So yeah, I want to, once these raw ingredients such as iron and stone and God knows what BS is collected, and also the crops or the berries and the bushes are gathered, we're gonna be able to build the 2 foresters. I just want to make it so that it will not like somehow block off the potential for us to build up over here. So maybe, I don't know. Can I actually make them both stand together? Or will that affect the overall efficiency of one of these buildings? Because I don't see that like their field of work is being affected or something, so I don't know. Seriously, with these Christmas songs, come on guys. I've heard plenty of Mariah Carey already this year. I'm gonna actually delete this. And the winter is here. And the citizens are starting to freeze, and I'm assuming that's due to the lack of the fuel, which I might have access to. Theoretically, we can do the stone road if we do have still the resource. So let's do that, because we have been gathering stone. We have plenty of iron right now. Might have to expand even our storage capability if this just keeps progressing further. We are gonna have to, however, establish the chopping house. Let's build it over here. We do have an injury already, so we are going to require a clinic. And the question is, where do we build that building? I'm going to think about maybe we're going to also require a church in order to increase the overall happiness of our people. I do not know if the cemetery can be adjacent. 80, 80, 80. Okay, let's do the clinic, I guess, first. Now let's see how this is gonna work out. I'm thinking I'm gonna cancel the gathering of the raw ingredients so that they focus on what's necessary right now. And the chopping house should have the priority because we do have raw timber somewhere. At least I hope so. We have 370 raw timber, so that should be able to provide us then with the necessary fuel for these houses to function properly. But we will also require the clinic in order to start dealing with these injuries. We have a goose as a potential animal. Crops peas, pecans. But I do not see the option for me to switch to peas. Beans. Oh, we can do peas. Okay, then I'm gonna do that. And we can theoretically do another field of 8 times 8 for the winter squash. Because if you think just having access to one vegetable to these vegans is gonna be enough, you are wrong. So let's see if we increase the speed of the game. If we're gonna see any sort of difference in what's being done. Because we still have access to laborers. 5 of them. They should be able to carry the resources. Theoretically, if need be, we can actually remove one of the gatherers because it's winter time. So I didn't really think they're going to be able to gather that much during winter because not that many things grow during winter. I know you guys are freezing. I'm still learning this game and trying to pick up the basics, but hopefully we're going to not kill that many people just when we are starting the game. That would be most unfortunate. Why are you being prioritized when I have this building on high priority? Everything except of iron ore has been delivered. This building has not received any of its supplies yet. And after this chopping house is constructed, I'm gonna focus on the clinic so that these injuries can start to be taken care of. And now we are starting to get the issue with citizens wanting to get their own houses. The biggest problem is if you get like 4 guys which reach full maturity and they all want their own homes, kind of defeats the whole purpose of whatever. So somehow, even despite the fact that this is set up on high priority, the lumber mill or the forester's hut has been selected for construction. Don't ask me how. We're gonna leave only 2 people here for now. And we're gonna start making the domestic fuel out of timber because we are sitting on a nice supply of it. I do wonder if I do need to build additional storage for my town right now. Inventory 59% is only occupied. This is 97, this is 100, and this is 64%. So we still have the possibility to store some resources. This requires stone and iron, and this building has all of its resources delivered. And the question is, if for a marketplace, I think it's the ferry. Traders will transport designed items to the ferry. The merchant ship arrives periodically and you can exchange items. So if we're going to be able to construct this goddamn thing here, that is going to be a godsend. Unfortunately, it's not going to be perfectly aligned. Is it? We can theoretically build it like this or like here. Yeah, you know what, let's make it happen. 120 timber, we do have a ton of that. We do have 60 stone. We're gonna at least clear out all of these raw resources which are just sitting over here and doing nothing useful. We're gonna construct a stone road over here in order to provide the resources. And we have Erica over here who should be already providing the medicine. We're gonna require another building, which is the... Where is it now? Builder's cabin. That's an interesting option. School, repair shop. No, that's decoration. Great castle, great Christmas, some BS. Really hope they're gonna cut it off with this Christmas stuff soon. smithy in order to make that, and strong boost from potato and agave. Now, I'm not really sure how agave comes to this. Don't have simply access to that many things. Yeah, let's make the squash here. So, how many people do we have? Oh, fudge, we don't have laborers. That's gonna be problematic. Without laborers, we're simply not gonna be able to make things happen. We can theoretically cancel the construction of this. They're gonna be able to take the resources. Fuel reserves are low, so if you can increase this, that would be awesome. Let's change the number to 500. Threat the plague. Okay, that's another achievement. Or treat the plague. I wasn't really paying that much attention. So iron ore and stone is going to be delivered by someone. I don't know if it's the builders or the laborers responsible for this. Water fetcher. You know what? I think we can actually reduce the amount of water fetchers right now because we are sitting on a crap ton of water as is. So I kind of do not need that. We have over 1,000 water as is. We have a really low amount of potatoes, wheat, oats, wild veggies, onion, mushroom. Wild squash still from the last season is holding on. We still have some fish. Alpaca meat is probably from the hunters. And then we have peas. But the question is if these peas are the ones which are already being harvested or if it's the wild peas that have been gathered over the time. And once we have access to even more people, we're going to be able to do more things. Which makes me wonder if I should try to build additional 2 houses, just in case. See if people are going to be able to occupy them. This is slowly being built, and hopefully it's going to be built in time so that we are going to be able to do something with the merchants. I'm not really sure how this is going to work out because unfortunately we weren't able to really get to this thing. What the hell is that? A quaint old box made of seemingly quality materials have drifted over here down the river. No one knows if the box contains opportunity or danger. The settlement needs your wise wisdom to make a decision. Send someone down to salvage it. Need fishing net. Leave the pretend nothing happened. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have fishing nets. Awesome. That's disappointing. And so now we're going to be able to have this and sell items. What items? We can sell stone, we can sell agave, or required amount for trade. I don't know how to select these damn things. I don't know, let's go with 40. Add. We're gonna go with peach. We're gonna put down 20. We're gonna go with timber. We have plenty of timber. I have plenty of iron ore. We have stone. So inventory, 40 wild veggies, this and that. Do you have feathers? We do have alpaca wool. We have herbs, but I would prefer to make that into something more useful. And I would love to add more resources, honestly, because yeah, the peas. We can add peas. Let's add peas. Peas to the world. Add the peas. And so we have wild veggies, peaches, timber slowly being carried over, stone. I don't know why you guys aren't using the road, but okay. Kind of annoying. It looks like the fuel reserves are low. How the hell is that even possible? And why isn't the road finished? Are these houses occupied already? Yeah, they are. By 15 and a 16-year-old. Okay, that's gonna probably turn out responsible. And now tell me, what do you have, my dear friend? Okay, Can you, like, park your big ship over here? And tell me, what do you carry? Okay, so we're gonna pause the game. Transaction, remaining time 59 day. Merchant. Number of goods. We have silver, we have wild veggies, we have peaches, timber, stone, iron. They have building kits, lanterns, fertilizers, silk worm cocoon, cocoa beans, down jackets, and pumpkins. I kind of don't want none of this stuff. So we're gonna tell him to go buzz off, and hopefully next time there's gonna be someone. You can also accept immigrant citizens, but that's gonna take a while to get there. I'm not really sure how we are on it with the overall fuel production. I think we're gonna require more people, but we can't really afford to put down more people right now because we are lacking the labor force to do so. Apparently our kids who are now occupying their own home aren't really able to yet be considered as a grown adult, which makes me wonder a couple of things, but okay. We already have a couple of 30-year-old people as well, so that's gonna be interesting. They are gathering the wood. They should be gathering the wood. The shocking thing is I don't see that much timber actually being stored in our warehouses, or our depots. We do, however, have plenty of wood, thank God for that. Peas and winter squash is now our main source. Then we have what the foresters or gatherers are able to bring in. Ooh, broccoli, chili pepper, pumpkins, lettuce, tomatoes, and all these cool things. We can do theoretically the pecan orchard. But the problem with that is, of course, how that's gonna turn out. So these are nuts. Nuts are good because they contain oils. They are fatty, so that's something awesome. But the problem is you really don't feel like you are full, so you can eat a crap ton of nuts and get lots of fats in you, and that's actually not the most beneficial thing ever, which can have then a negative effect on your entire health and everything, and you can get fat from eating too many nuts. But that's the thing, you really cannot use nuts for anything else. I mean, you can turn them into a nut butter, but even there, like stuff like palm oil tends to be utilized, and so if you eat too much of it, you can get chunky, and it can have plenty of sugar too. So you have to be really picky, but with walnuts or pecans, you really cannot turn them into any of that because they're just too damn dry as is. So we're gonna see how this is gonna turn out after the winter is over. We were able to survive still. I'm actually shocked that we're still alive. I just don't have any people to work on this damn field. What if I would assign one person to you guys for the pecans? How many are we gonna be able to grow? Oh, just 4? That's unfortunate. I was hoping we would have like 5 of them. I think 2 more tiles should be expected to be made here. So 4 times 5, that's 20. 20 pecans. Okay, I can live with that. Do we have more people already? Still no laborers available. Fudge. Do they need to be 18 in order to be considered adults? Lack of tools. Work efficiency greatly decreased. Okay. Smithy. Blacksmith, a smithy can process stone and timber or iron into tools. Let's make it happen. Problem is we don't have laborers, of course. What is... Oh, okay, you have lack of tools. That's probably the icon. It's not that you are trying to saw your foot off or something weird like that. It's just in my crazy-ass mind. How the hell am I gonna process this? Builder's cabin. Why do we have so many people in builder's cabin? Oh, that's our builders! We do need actually builders, but okay. So this way we have now at least Jennifer as the potential for this. Iron tools. We're gonna require iron tools. We do have a crap ton of iron. And we do have timber, because we do have 2 of these foresters. And I would really love it if we can actually increase the amount of fuel we are making for our people as well. We're gonna need to build like additional storage or something. This is 56%, this is 88%, this is 97%, this is 98%. The things which piss me off the most is that the water is actually stored in here and is not being carried into the houses automatically. Where did you guys get turkeys from? What is this? And why do you have 31 of them and the other 60 houses don't have a single turkey? What the actual funk? Those are some a-holes. Daniel and Wendy, you guys are quite the a-holes for hoarding all this food. I mean, seriously, how many turkeys do you need? I mean, turkey is a massive freaking bird. That's horrible. Don't do that. So these 2 things are occupied. I'm actually really thinking we're gonna need this storage. 8 times 4. It's gonna double this spot over here. We're gonna be able to store a bunch of things, and hopefully we're gonna be able to start making tools. I don't know at what pace do you make them, and where can I check them? Yeah, we don't have that many of them. If I can increase the number of people working here in order to speed up the number of production, I would greatly do that. We have 2, we have 1, we have 1. I need more people on the farms, because food is gonna be a bit of a pickle. You can accept immigrants. I will gladly accept immigrants, to be perfectly honest, because we do need additional people to join our ranks. We do need more people for the chopping house and all sorts of other cool stuff. So right now our settlement is fairly small. I'm thinking eventually I'm gonna be forced to move away the gatherer's hut. The hunter's hut can theoretically remain where it is, because if I understand it correctly, as long as you have it constructed and you have a bridge, the hunters are just going to be able to access any portion of the map. So currently this place and this place is secure, but once we construct that bridge, they are screwed and our hunters are going to do some real damage. Lack of tools is starting to pop up. I don't know what this icon is. What is that? Can I upgrade it, or what's happening? Do I need to maintain the building, or what's the situation? A little bit confused here. A little bit confused. Lack of tools is right now our current bottleneck. It's really showing. But I really want to have access to iron tools because I feel like they are more durable than if I would be making stone tools. Holy fudge, we can actually make hand carts, so that's awesome too. We can unfortunately only make 1 set of tools, so I might eventually need additional smithy in order to do what is necessary. Theoretically, we can do 2 smithies. And 1 can be responsible for stone tools, and 1 can be responsible for construction of the iron tools. That way we have a variation. We have various happiness. I do want to make the church a thing. But right now we are trying to handle the bottlenecks. I really hope that these guys are gonna show up. Autumn arrived, time for a harvest. Whew, that's gonna be problematic. How do I do this so that we get the food? We're gonna have to take, the people from the forester's hut and put them onto the fields. The pig hands are not gonna be ready probably on the first year. This alpaca or llama is just freaking chilling here behind the marketplace like there's no tomorrow or no worries. Once this is done, we're gonna select the construction of the tools which we need for the stone kind. Okay. Not very durable. I still think maybe we can make 2 of these. But we need someone to assign to that building. So I'm gonna have to remove you. And now hopefully we have 2 blacksmith shops working simultaneously on iron tools. Or we can theoretically switch it to the stone tool, see what's gonna happen. Plenty of people moving around. We are working at the speed of 10. I don't really see where the new people came or what happened, because it showed me the icon, but just simply nothing. And therefore I cannot deduct if we have... Oh my god, what happened to this house? How do I fix it? I'm gonna probably require the... Which building is it? Repair shop. Repair shop can assign repairmen to ensure that town buildings will not be damaged. Yep, we're gonna definitely need this. So let's put that on high priority and let's make it happen. Hopefully that's gonna still allow me to save the damn house, because it has all this stuff inside, and that would be just most... Oh my god, how many of these houses have fallen down? It's just kind of like translucent. I don't know if it's snow melting or if the house is going down with the quality or what the hell is going on. Really ridiculous. You know what's the funniest thing? When a blacksmith shop tells you they have lack of tools for processing whatever. And we of course do not have a person for this building, for funk's sake. Come on. Ah, man. This is killing me deep inside. Let's put down Daniel to work on this, and hopefully he's going to be able to save these houses. Although I'm not really sure. With the lack of just about everything. We're going to remove 2 people from here. We're going to assign 1 person back to the gatherer's hut. And I don't know. Can you guys speed up the production of these iron tools? Okay, iron tools 6, they have been immediately all taken. Iron tools have been taken again. Are you able to be fixing these houses, or what's happening? Rebuild. So all the provisions and everything inside is just gone. Awesome. Okay, now it should be fixed. There are resources outside. Hopefully they're going to be able to take it and put it to good use. We're going to need to expand. Oh my god, what the hell is this? A wild tree. This area of land is unusually fertile, and perhaps that is why an unusual tree has grown on this spot. It seems that the surrounding trees are affected by its growth. Will you cut down the unusual tree or transplant it into another spot? We don't have iron tools, so let's cut it down. Did I get at least timber? Yes, we did. That's awesome. I don't know at what rate you guys keep producing these tools, but it's kind of not where I need it to be, because we are still falling behind. I was really hoping you guys would be humping a bit more so that I would have more people to work with. This is kind of another bottleneck for me to consider. Still lack of tools. You need the fuel, huh? Venison, alpaca meat, goose. Yeah, they have all sorts of goodies. At least we are taking care of the ill people, and we're gonna need to build that church somewhere, somewhat. Somehow, so that it's in the range of our houses. We can actually theoretically build it over here, because it still affects all of our people, and we can then do additional housing over here if necessary. Storage wise, we do have peas, oats, mushrooms, agave, timber, alpacas, all these cool things. We can theoretically gather these rakes, or what they are called, and reeds, and they can be turned eventually into paper, so we can run science a bit faster. But I haven't really done anything regarding science. Education, trade, mining, quarry, sand mining, refined fuel. Fuel factory processes timber or coal into an industrial refined fuel for the forge, smelter, kiln factory, and pottery workshop. Construction, we can do stuff. We can do sawmill, we can do that. I'm gonna do sawmill because we're gonna need the planks in order to gain access to fish. And fish should be a resource that should be accessible all year long. Although most fishermen today don't do fishing when the winter is here. Okay, we have buffaloes. Wild buffaloes. So we're going to be able to build... I think we're going to have to actually use the sawmill over here along the riverbank and not in the lake because the water here is just stationary. While here we actually do have a current which is pushing the water from somewhere. I mean, the overall map is quite large, so that's at least the positive. Here we have quite a lot of rocks. We have decent flatlands to build our city. We do have some production here and there, but mostly it's all grouped up to this one location. And what about here? We actually do need a person to be a pastor inside of the church, so yeah, that's great. That is great. So the biggest bottleneck which I keep constantly running into right now is the lack of people. And I'm kind of blaming my citizens for lack of, you know, the activity which is only able to be talked about after 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. I don't know. They keep changing these things. So let's see if 2 additional houses are gonna allow our people to send out more kids so that they can work. New technology point acquire fuel reserves are still low, so that's still a problem. We have 2 builders only now. We have 4 farmers, which is not really that good for the size of the fields which we have. 2 people minimum is optimal on these fields. Let's lead 23 and Roy. Are you kidding me? A 10-year-old is already considered a laborer? Okay. Why don't we have enough ladies? Stop making just guys. Try, I don't know, those weird remedies which people believe in that they will give them a son only or some weird stuff. We're gonna turn Helen into the local priest because reasons. We have another trading ship coming in, and hopefully this time it's gonna have something usable, because last time it was quite the disappointment. Our food reserves are going down as well, which is kind of freaking me the hell out. We do need to increase the amount of people working on these fields. And what do you have? Okay, brick, steel, candy, spirits, sand, gold sand. You gotta be kidding me. I don't want this BS. I do have 400 silver coin, but honestly, I don't want these things. I need usable stuff. So please go away. Okay, we have more laborers, so we are gonna put them to good use. And I think I have just used up all my laborers. So the key thing, which I think I did, is to increase the amount of farmers currently actually in the middle of harvest of the crops. Reason behind, we are running low on food, and that is something which I cannot afford to do, because if we start to run low on food, we are gonna be okay. This is probably not something which I approve of, but I guess different time. I know that we are running low on fuel. That's like a constant problem. We do have timber, we do have herbs, we do have plenty of water. Running low on stone. Or we do have absolutely zero domestic fuel. I don't know if I would be able to gather the coal over here by anyone because we constantly don't have laborers, and if we don't have laborers then it's just not gonna happen. Now we do have access to tools, which is awesome, so we are at least offsetting that shortage. In spirits we cannot really do anything with. There are all sorts of trinkets. Clothes would be nice, but we are gonna have to do something with this fuel situation. God damn it. And we're gonna have to increase the amount of people who are working on gathering wood in this sort of fashion. And I want to increase also the amount of people who are foraging for berries and who are hunting down meat. Harvest crops. Crops are being harvested. Food reserves are going up. We have a single person living in this house. How the hell is a 11-year-old person already a blacksmith? What the actual hell? That's weird. So, okay. Our colony is at least getting some sort of basic look and basic layout is being established. I might have to rearrange stuff eventually, of course, because reasons. These games are usually all focused around you maintaining and building stuff all year round and trying to create the most efficient layouts. So we're gonna see how this is gonna turn out. We can actually turn off the one farmer over here, and once the peas have been harvested, we're gonna be able to increase this. We're gonna put down more people for the timber. Stone tools are being processed. We do have shockingly more actually of the iron tools than we do have of the stone tools, but I kind of do want to keep it running at the current pace at where we are. And for a 11-year-old blacksmith, you kind of do store quite a lot of stuff, dude. Like, what the hell? Okay, so the next thing which I want to do is the sawmill. If we are going to be able to establish the sawmill, we're going to be able to start getting planks. We're going to be able to start getting planks. We can do the fisherman. Do we have a person who would be able to actually start working there? Do you have 5 farmers? I'm going to need to... this is going to be tricky. I'm going to have to take away Kyle or Marcus back from here and put them into the sawmill so that they can start making planks. Still shocked that there's only Roy, who's 12 now. 30-something-year-olds, 40-year-old. This is what I'm kind of afraid, that they're not making kids fast enough, and suddenly I'm gonna have 0 people. Like, in certain games, they reproduce way too fast. And in certain games, getting new citizens or new people is just a nightmare. So for example, in Banished, I don't recall right now how it was. If someone can tell me, I would definitely appreciate it. But I do recall that if you did build houses way too fast, it was actually negatively affecting you. So I don't know, like there's plenty of games with like bottlenecks in population, where, for example, in Dawn of Man or other games, it takes a while to accumulate the populace that you do need in order to keep some sort of steady happiness and everything. Fuel reserves are still low. We are starting to run even low on iron, starting to run low on stone, but I simply do not have labor force to just put down like a blueprint for gather me this and we will be happy. So I don't know if this is gonna work out or not. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Theoretically, we can close down the farms. And maybe then they're going to be able to do what is necessary. I don't know when the pecans or what you want to pronounce it like are going to be harvested, but hopefully gathering the stone and everything is going to help us out to refill those stocks of resources which we are running low on. Although everyone keeps running back into their homes, so I'm not really sure what to think about it. And we're gonna require the building material. That's right. We don't want more of the domestic fuel. We actually want this stuff. Okay, we're gonna have to put down... Fudge! We don't have people. We're gonna have to take a person from here. Person from here. So now we have 2 people on this field, 2 people on this field, 2 people on this field, 1 person here for planks. I'm kind of building way too fast, I believe, for the stuff that people are currently capable of supplying. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna knock it off with the water supply because we are running a surplus as is, and once we are running low, that's when I will return to getting water, because we have 697 water in here, 207 water in here, and everyone has at least like 40 water inside of their home, so I don't really think right now anyone is thirsty. So if we can, I would actually approve to have more people dedicated to the agriculture and whatnot. But this is just being filled in with a ton of stuff. I do wonder if the clothes shop... clothes shop. How large is this damn thing? Annoyingly large. Annoyingly inconveniently large. If I were to build it over here, how can we not have timber? What the hell are you talking about? We should have timber. We have 1 laborer. It's getting dark and there's no light at night. Select decorations and erect lighting decorations to light up the town. Okay. F you with that. They have torches. They're gonna hopefully light up plenty of fires. Maybe the clinic will set itself ablaze. The 2 smith shops, that's highly flammable location. Plenty of opportunity for us to have some sort of catastrophe on our hand. Why do I run so damn low on timber? Okay, let's try to not chop down the pecans on our field here. Have we even gathered any of them as of yet? I still think they are still having the time of their life, just being nurtured and not... Yeah, we already do keep getting harvest, so I take that back. And once we have access to the planks, we're gonna be able to construct the damn fisherman hut. 30 of them is what is required. How the hell is it possible we are suddenly out of wood when we have 2 of these things? So confused. So confused. We will require planks and steel in order to have hand carts so that the people are able to carry more. So that's the most unfortunate. If we would have more people that would be able to work on the wood gathering here, we would be able to negate this lack of timber. Holy crap, we do have a flying saucer. UFO, an unidentified flying object suddenly showed up in your town, hovering over your place and sending out mysterious waves. It seems like saying hello to you. Will you respond or pretend say hello back? The friendly greet you and teach you their planting technology after they flew away. The yields from farms seem to have increased. Okay. Just don't probe any of my citizens. I cannot afford to lose them for some funky business because I don't know what's happening. Domestic fuel is slowly being gathered. We still have over 1,000 water. Food is all over the damn place. I don't know if I can upgrade the overall storage. Expansion, yeah, not enough bricks. Can you fly away? I'm kind of freaked out with this whole flying saucer thingy. Or theoretically, maybe it would work as a fun... If I could remove this and all these other things, maybe it can work as a potential thumbnail. Cannot really adjust the angle of the camera too damn much, so that sucks. So we're gonna have to go with this flying saucer picture, and maybe I'm gonna use it, maybe I'm not gonna use it, everything is possible. Okay, so we have now a shortcut, or we are running low on spirits, we are running low on timber. We can theoretically remove timber from our storage here. It's still gonna probably keep the resource in here. It doesn't look like the food is decaying, so that's at least good news. And I don't know, decorations... Yeah, that stuff requires lanterns. Those are kind of hard to come by. And also, I do not have a wide enough road in order to accommodate these things, so that's awesome. Water's starting to go down, so we're gonna put down Ivan to start working on that. We have 6 laborers. 2 people working here, 2 people, 2 and this, okay. 1 person is working here, and we kind of need to take the alpaca stuff and turn it into the rough clothes, because that is what we have a crap ton of. 6 alpaca wool, 51 alpaca wool, 52 alpaca wool, so that's gonna work for a while. Let's put 2 people down on this, and we're gonna have to put down more people on the forestry so that we have access to more wood. And the question is, how many more guys do we have? 0, so I have redistributed the entire workforce. Makes me wonder if we can actually accommodate 2 more houses. And if that's gonna allow us to have more families set up, and therefore more people to work with. Winter is coming, a ship is coming, but the episode is already an hour long, so I think we're gonna leave it at this point. So if you did like the initial start to Settlement Survival here on Natural Professional Walkthroughs, give it a big thumbs up. Helps a lot with the algorithm. I'm gonna try to get eventually to a review. I'm gonna see what the feedback is from you, the community, regards the game, and how much content will I publish for this. And in the meantime, check out the channel for all sorts of RTS games and other games which I keep publishing on a weekly basis. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as per usual, I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you all at the next one. Thank you for watching, stay safe out there everyone, and bye-bye for now. You know what's gonna be the funniest thing ever? If I'm gonna get demonetized for a freaking jingle bells here in the background. It's no longer Christmas, turn it off. So annoying. I'm gonna get so demonetized for freaking music in this game.